Okay, I'm going to show you how to mark a little design. I'm going to stitch in this area here, and then I'm going to stitch it out. First I have my Clover Nancy Zeman T-square. This little ruler has a well hidden little thing that it's also a compass. So there's a little hole there that I'm going to put my pin through, and I'm going to put it in the center of my unit. Now I'm going to grab my water-soluble pan, and so I've already figured out what increments I want to do this at. So the first one, I'm just putting my pen in that spot, and the second one, there's a little hole here that I'm going to put it in. By figuring it out that way, I was able to keep those markings without moving it, and they're the same on every one without thinking about it. Okay, next I'm going to take my long ruler, and I need to mark the centers of these. So I'm starting at the center here and lining it up with the point there, and just putting a little mark. Okay, this seam is at an angle, and I need to know where the center of that is. So I'm lining up the center of here with the inner point and marking a little mark. I'm going to get that one very dark. Okay, now I'm ready to start stitching. So you're going to need a straight edge. Oh, no, one more thing. This little piece here is hiding under this piece, so I'm going to draw an imaginary line out there so that I know where my corner is. Okay, now I'm ready to start stitching. So I'm going to line up my needle with that corner and my ruler where it would be stitching if I was stitching right from this corner where I've got it marked. But I can't stitch from there, so I'm going to move it up to my seam allowance and pull up my bobbin thread and do my little tie off. Which I learned from Claudia Fiel, by the way. Okay, now I'm ready to start stitching, so I'm going to stitch from there up to this point. And back down. Okay, now again, my edge is running under this piece, so I'm lining up my ruler with that imaginary corner, but of course I have to stop stitching when I get to the seam. Okay, my next step is to come to the second center marking I have, but I'm going to have to move down this edge just a little bit, or it's not going to look like, it's not going to, because it's hiding under the edge, that stitching would have come off the edge, and I can't, so I'm just stitching down the dash. And again, I don't want it to come out to this point here. It has to look like it's hiding underneath of this piecing. So there it is. That's how you're going to stitch these little arrow things in a rounded New York Beauty unit.